It's a battle for our minds. It's a battle for our hearts. But social media is going to win our hearts, whereas artificial intelligence is going to win our minds.
I'll let my cynicism go full throttle at this moment. They're both battling for our wallets.
Don, how are you doing today? Welcome to the podcast.
Doing well. Thanks for having me again.
Well, it's always a pleasure. Don and I have known each other back since elementary school, and we disagree on a lot of things, but we agree on a lot of things. It's weird how that is, and we've always been able to talk and discuss and debate and never get too angry, I would say. We kind of respect each other, and so that's something we're hoping to share as well as share our opinions. And I'll be honest, Don, I think AI might save us. You know, we have some doom and gloom on AI. We understand the incredible potential of it and some amazing things that are going to happen. But we also have talked about some of the downsides of it. But one of the upsides I'm starting to see is this behavior that AI, it's having an impact on human behavior and in a positive way compared to social media. And I'm feeling pretty good about that. How about you?
Well, I would say that comparing it to social media isn't exactly asking it to jump over a high bar. But I do believe that AI is better in regards to balancing viewpoints and perhaps can be trusted more because of what it's trying to accomplish. As you said, social media is just trying to attract more time on the screen, and the more they have your attention, the more that they can market, and the more that they can learn, and the more that they can learn, the more that they can market. And by learn, I mean learn about the person. And as you quite accurately said, the way the algorithms work ends up driving folks to extremes because extremes are more emotional and therefore causes more screen time. And off you go. And it's had a terrible impact on society, if you ask me. Whereas AI is, truly looking for answers. And I mean answers to whatever prompt it's given. And therefore isn't looking to drive you in a particular direction. We still have to be very careful in our dealings with AI, but I do think the overall intent, if you will, of AI better serves humans than social media has. And again, low bar. I don't think there are very many people in the world who have a lower attitude towards social media than I have.
Well,
and I'm on it.
Yeah, yeah, we all are, aren't we? I think the jury is out on social media now because social media has been in our lives now for 20 years or so, maybe not quite that long. Been hard at it for the last 10 years. And so the jury is saying, yes, it fries your brains. It fries children's brains. It fries adults' brains. It drives them into their camps. And I'm saying in a political sense now, because it reinforces your own beliefs. I'm on social media. I actually have different accounts on different platforms. And I would say I almost have like a different persona on some platforms because of the content that I'm putting on those platforms might be very different than, say, what we're doing here. And I'll notice a feed come on, and I'll say, what is this guy talking about? He's so wrong. And I go, what? Why is, say, YouTube giving me this? I don't agree with him at all. And of course, I won't watch it. I'll say this person is whack. So then what happens? The algorithm starts trending towards what I like. But what it made clear to me was people are watching this kind of content and they're buying into it. And it was interesting to me. I said, and that's why I've got my set of content that I'm watching, and you might have yours. When I say you, I mean you figuratively, not Don or Dennis, but you being this guy over here, this girl over here, whatever. I found that fascinating that social media is doing that. And it's like you talked about with AI. AI doesn't really. And so my concern is that It's a battle. I think it's a battle. I think it's a battle between social media and artificial intelligence. It's a battle for our minds. It's a battle for our hearts. But social media is going to win our hearts, whereas artificial intelligence is going to win our minds.
I'll let my cynicism go full throttle at this moment. They're both battling for our wallets. So, but I know that you agree with that.
Yeah.
But I just want to make it clear, just because I'm that cynical. But I know exactly what you mean, Dennis. I think social media, as we said, goes after our hearts because that's what it's written to do. Again, it's just about driving marketing. Are the creators of AI going to keep it objective? So far, the answer is no, but not in a horrifically damaging way. As you said, I can go out and talk to GPT. I can go out and talk to Anthropic. I'm going to get two different answers if I'm talking about any topic that is right or left leaning, which, it's practically everything. So I'm going to give different answers from those two engines because they're known to be, one's known to be right, one's known to be left.
Which one are you talking
studies,
about?
they've done the analysis.
Who are you talking about?
Chat GPT on the right and Anthropic Fable on the left.
Sam Altman is on the right.
They've done. That's what they say.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, again, I haven't done the studies, but but I've certainly seen the results, and they'll actually sort of put them, on a continuum. And say, okay, we asked them these questions and tried to determine where we thought they would be and tried to do it in an objective fashion. Again, I don't know the details, but the point is, and I think that this has been proven is, like I said before, a lot of it is in the model and the data that's been provided. I mean, all these models is, a bunch of, they've churned through data, and like we've said, they're trying to predict the next word.
Yeah, but Don, let me ask you this. Don't you think that they're fundamentally, majorly different, social media and AI? You kind of lumping them into the same basket. They all have their slant or tint, but social media is there to engage and keep you and get your emotions riled up, or maybe not riled up, but get you emotionally involved with the content. Versus AI it's more mental. And so I don't think you're giving AI a fair shake on this. I think AI is coming at it from a much better perspective than social media. Let me get at this here. Social media is hacking your brain, okay? It's getting you emotionally involved with the content. AI isn't trying to do that.
Absolutely.
And so I think you got to give AI credit.
That said, if I'm going to take, social media to a courtroom and AI to a courtroom, I know which one I'm asked a death penalty for, and it's social media. And that's because of the intent. There's a much more malicious intent in social media than in either search engines or AI. And I would trust them. I would trust either of them much more than I trust anything on social media.
Well, the jury is out on social media, and I'll keep you off the jury when social media goes to trial because the death penalty is pretty harsh. I don't think you'd qualify as a jurist in this case. But the
I
jury
think the lawyers would.
Yeah, you'd go home.
Yeah. You're excused. What? No! I was just sharing my opinion. Let's go. Out. This is ridiculous. I'm a great juror. He's dismissed, Your Honor. You can't do this. I have rights. Order. Remove him.
But the jury while it's not out, we're starting to hear there's some studies that have been coming out, nothing too confirmed yet, but we're starting to see this moderation of behavior when people are using AI. And what do we need right now in the world would be a little bit of moderation and instead of extremes. And so is AI riding in on a white horse and going to moderate behavior? Your death penalty, let's say, I'm having a vision of AI on a white horse with one of them long spears or whatever they call them, and social media is there on the ground, and they're gonna take out social media. And so is it trending in that direction? And that okay, let's just have a hypothesis here. I want AI to win. I want AI to give social media the death penalty. But can it do it? It's like the left brain versus the right brain. You know, social media has gone after our right brain and has dominated it. It's hacked the right side of the brain. AI is going after the left side of the brain, the logical side. And it's kind of a battle. And I'd like to see AI win that battle. But I don't know if the trends are strong enough. I don't know. Who wins when social media fights AI?
It's a great question because AI has become so trusted by so many. And of course, AI, I mean, it's called intelligence after all, it's in the name. So maybe it'll give it an advantage. But those same studies I talked about that, ranked the models from right to left, those studies were the ones where they also went out and said, okay, versus social media versus AI, when people are looking at AI content, where do their results lie on this same continuum? And they will actually see the people come, the average across the populations. They see the left come more towards the center. They see the right come more towards the center. So AI is, in fact, doing that. Now, it's left brain versus right brain, as you say. Well, Dennis, that the right-hand side goes to the left brain. The left-hand side goes to the right brain, okay? So how many people are right-handed in this world? Vast majority of them.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I think most people are ruled by emotion. Yeah, I shouldn't say unfortunately. Actually, I mean, that's actually giving very bad shrift to people of, like emotional intelligence versus, you know, um, uh, other kinds of intelligence. They're both important. But it seems like we got plenty of emotion in the world right now, and we need a little more
No,
fact-based
Don.
reasoning.
I think you got that wrong.
Do I?
Yeah, isn't it the creative are people, the left-handed people are the artists and the musicians and the because the right side of the brain is the creative emotional side and it runs over to the left
That's right.
side, which is your hand. And so
Did I?
the logical is on the left side
That's
and
correct.
runs into the right hand. And if we're all
Oh, yeah.
right-handed, then we're all more logical.
That's right. No,
So you
if I
said
said the
emotion
opposite,
was gonna win, but I say,
I,
but if you use that as your story, then the logical side should win.
yes, this happens as I get older. I've noticed. I say the exact opposite of what I mean. So no, you're exactly right in terms of the halves of the brains and all that. So everybody just try to flip it and go, Don, Don does that from time to time. But no, you're right. What I was just trying to say was that, and apparently said it exactly wrong. Is that most people do seem to go with emotions, which would be using the right hand
Yeah,
side of their brain.
yeah.
And you're right, I had that exactly flipped. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. AI, as it's currently being done, is helping.
Yeah.
The data shows it. Will it continue to? Is the question. I mean, let's say you're an evil, AI creator, and you want to push everyone, to the left. Well, you can just feed your model more left-leaning information, and every question you ask, you'll get a leftist answer, right? And it can be
Mm.
done in either direction, and we just need to hope that that doesn't happen. Is what I'm saying, and where we've been.
I'll give you an example. This actually happened to me a day before yesterday. I go on long walks here, and, I have the conversational ChatGPT, so I have lengthy conversations with ChatGPT on these walks where we're dissecting events, issues, and whatnot. And it's to me, it's a huge step forward in working with artificial intelligence, and it's that Sam Altman calls it the singularity. I think we have reached the singularity. I think we are at a point where AI feels conscious, and I have these conversations, and I can compare that to I'm not that active on social medias at all, really, on politics and that kind of stuff. I enjoy talking about AI. I enjoy hashing out the issues with you. But I had a conversation 2 days ago with ChatGPT, and I won't say what it was about, but I disagreed with it. I'm like, you are so biased about this particular topic. And I called it out. And what did it do? It didn't say, I'm sorry, sir, but I have checked into my facts and data and I know what I'm talking about. And I go blah, 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 blah. You
Yeah.
know what it did? It said, you made a good point there. I may have overstepped my what is factually representative on the topic. And it backtracked a little bit when I called it out. And if you that is this just happened to me, and it's a
Yeah.
perfect example of how if you have that conversation on social media, it deteriorates rapidly with other people. But if you have the same conversation with artificial intelligence, it says, I agree, this and that. And it brought up very good points. I was disagreeing with it on some important parts of the topic and told it I was disagreeing with it. And if I disagreed, it might back up its facts a little more. Say, but look, I've looked into this and I found this is to be the case. And I said, well, I have also, and I found this is to be the case. And we ended up. I won't say we met in the middle. I still disagreed with it. I didn't like the perspective of ChatGPT on this topic. But it was an
It-
entirely different conversation than what
Rish
you will get on
and
social media.
Tujani.
And so that made it clear to me,
Within
or fairly
Changsun
clear,
horse
not totally
print.
clear, but I think AI is coming to the rescue. I think AI is coming to the rescue of all these hacked brains that are out there that have been on social media, that have been reinforcing that the algorithm says we're going to give this person this, 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 and this because it's going to keep them on the platform and they're going to agree with it. They're going to like it. And this person over here, we're going to give them this, 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 and this, and they're going to go, and they never meet. They never get in the middle. And so I'm happy to say I'm on the side of AI on this battle.
when it comes to that aspect of things, I mean, I'm on the side of AI, overall on practically everything. But it's just there've been a lot of smart people, really, really, really smart people who I have a lot of respect for that are very concerned about where it could go. And so that's my concern. I'm not against AI. I think AI can just do remarkable things in so many different ways, understanding math, the universe, which some say are the same thing. And every other topic, and be able to solve problems that could ease so much suffering
Okay, on that optimistic note, Don the Optimist,
as
we're
a
going to
whole.
call you the voice of optimism as opposed to the voice
The
of
voice
doom
of doom.
now.
I agree. It must be retirement that done it to me, Dennis.
Okay, well, thanks everybody for being here today. If you made it to this, you're a regular viewer, make sure you're subscribed and comment about topics. We talked, what do you think we need to discuss? Don talked about optimism, but he also talked about the downfalls. And maybe that's our brain might trend towards bad news versus good news. So maybe you guys want to hear bad news. What's the bad possibilities versus the good possibilities? I think today's topic was more about the good possibilities of AI as compared to social media. So thanks, Don. Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Take care.